Hello everyone. In this lesson we're going to look at arrays in C#. So let's go ahead and jump into the material. Arrays are really just a collection of data. So if you look at the figure on the right, it looks like a spreadsheet, right? There's a column for an index column and then a row index. And so this is a two-dimensional data structure. So to address this data structure, you would address it by two dimensions. The first one would be the row and the second one would be the column. So arrays can be one dimension, so it might be just a column of data, or it might be a two-dimensional array, column and a row, and it could be 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions. It can be as many dimensions really as you care for. I found in practice though that once you get past 3 or 4 dimensions, the purpose of the structure really becomes very confusing. So in reality, if you have 1 or 2 or 3 dimensions, it's a great data structure to use. It's used for perhaps caching data or looking up data. So let's go ahead and look at an example of the data structure of how we initialize it and how we declare them. So if you look at the basic array syntax, the first thing is, if you look on the right hand side at the top, we're going to see a type. And that type then is followed by some square brackets, and then you have the name of your array. So in this case, it's arrayName. In the next example, I'm not only declaring an array now of integers with the square brackets, but now I'm also initializing the data structure at the same time. And the data is delineated by the opening and closed curly braces, and then the data separated by commas. In this case, they're all integers, so I have 5 values of 95, 92, 88, 81, and 75. In the next example, then, I'm declaring an array of strings. So same syntax, it's just a different data type, and I'm putting the days of the week in here. So they're separated again by commas, and since they're strings, they're delineated with the double quotes. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So an array can only have one type of data. So for example, an int, a string, a double, a float, they're only one type per array. You can also then have an array of classes or custom classes that we'll talk a little bit later about in this course, and so that you can really have some nice fits with collections or arrays of custom classes. And again, we'll talk about that later. So for our code update, we're going to continue our same method. We're going to make a copy of our program. If you're using Linux, you can use the cp-r command. Windows, you're going to use the xcopy command. We're also going to be adding a new menu option into our program. So first off, we'll add that menu. We're going to add a print statement here, which is selection number 2, which is our array demo. And then we're going to add in a case statement underneath that print statement that will handle our new code. So if you look at line 13.3, or the comment for 13.3, it's a case statement that's going to handle that, and then a call to our new method that we're going to add. So we're going to isolate our new code in a new method, and we'll keep doing that moving forward so that we can expand our demo program and you can get more and more functionality and understanding of the language. So here's our array demo method, and we're going to start it off with the declaration that we had seen earlier in this slide, declaring an array of strings for the days of the week. And then we're simply going to put in a loop now, a for loop that we also talked about earlier, and we're going to cycle through that collection and print out each day of the week. And notice the syntax for days. When we address a particular element of array, we use the square bracket and then the number or the index into that array. And so when we're cycling through this, we're declaring an integer of 0 and going to less than or equal to 6. So we're going from 0 to 6, and then we're cycling through each element of the array. Now, one thing about C# that you should know is it's a 0 index based array. So the first element of the array is days sub 0, and that's how you can talk about that as saying sub 0, sub 1. That's one way of indicating what element of the array you're going. So you're going from element 0 to 6, and you're printing out each day of the week. So pretty simple example, but it does have some intricacies to it that you need to understand. So once again, for our demo, we're going to start by copying the program. We're going to add our new case statement. We're going to code our array demo method, and then once again, we'll go through our compile process and test out the code to make sure everything works okay. So that's really it for this. Let's go ahead and jump into Visual Studio Code and take a look at the hands-on part of this and the demo of building out this next function in our sample program. Okay, I've gone ahead and opened up a command prompt window on my Windows machine. So let's go ahead and copy our Chapter 12 program to Chapter 13. We'll go ahead and do that. Takes just a second, and then we verify that it is a directory. So now we'll change to our Chapter 13 directory, and then we'll load up Visual Studio Code. So there we go. So the first thing I'll do is go ahead and drop in our menu and our new case statement, and then following that we'll put in our new method, and then we'll give it a try and make sure that I didn't make any mistakes while we're entering in this code. So there we have it. We have our program from the previous exercise, and so right here underneath this in block 10.2 I'm going to drop in our new write line statement, and then right after this then I'll add in our new case. So I'll add in a case 2 right down here for our new case for our new function that we're going to put in. So let me go ahead and pause the video while I go grab that code, and I'll drop it in, and then we'll take a look at that. Okay, I've gone ahead and dropped in the new code for our demo program, and the first thing that I added was our new selection to the menu. So it's the write line statement with selection number 2 for our array demo. So then following that, I added a new case statement here for our array demo. So if you look at this line here of 13.3, it's our new case statement with 2, and then our call to our new method, which is the array demo. Don't forget to put in the break statement so that you can have the control out of the right part of the case statement. So then I added our new method, which is the array demo. So first I declared our array of strings, which is our days of the week, and then I added the declaration for our integer variable, which is our loop variable, and then I just cycled through from 0 to 6 and printed out each day in the collection. So that's really it for the demo code. So let me make sure that I've saved this, and that's one tip that I've forgotten a couple of times while I was running this to save this and wondered why my changes weren't being processed. So make sure you save it. It's a very simple mistake. So I'm going to type in .NET Run and make sure that our code is working now. Hopefully I've entered in everything correctly. So we'll should see our new menu come up, and then I'll select selection number 2, which is our new menu entry. I'm going to go ahead and select that now, and it prints out all the days of the week. So it looks like everything's working okay. One of the things that I suggest is that you make sure when you're entering in this code that these curly braces line up, and that you use these lines within Visual Studio to help you. It's a very common thing to forget a beginning or an ending curly brace, and it won't compile, and it'll cause some errors. And we'll look at some tools in another chapter within Visual Studio Code that can help you manage this. But the syntax highlighting also shows the comments in green. So if something is wrong, you'll see the color coding change, and you'll get used to that over time. So that's really it for our array demo. Let's jump back to our summary and wrap this lesson up. In summary, we looked at arrays in C#. We looked at the syntax of how you declare them, and then in our demo program we created a basic one-dimensional array and added that to our sample program. In addition, we made some coding changes to display the values of the array and showed how you can use a loop to cycle through each element of the array using a for loop. So we added this to a new function to our program and added it in along with a new menu selection and a case statement to make sure that that all is wrapped up in one example. So slowly we're adding more and more features that demonstrate all of the constructs of the C# language, and our demo program's getting a little bit bigger each time. So that's really it for this lesson. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for your interest in this video. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. Well, that's it for now. Thanks again. Bye-bye.